this is going to be a lot of people's favorite episode of Daima. I mean, I can already tell that this episode is going to go viral. First of all, if you by any chance don't want to be spoiled, I mean, you guys know how I do these reviews, man. I go into it. Now, obviously, tomorrow we'll be doing a full breakdown of this episode. There's a lot to talk about, but this episode is going to be a lot of people's favorites. It's so far absolute peak. This episode was so raw in so many different ways. Dragon Ball Daima episode 12 called True Strength. And that's applicable to a lot of different things. If you like top-notch Dragon Ball combat, this episode is for you. The entire first half and most of the second half of this episode was just fight. Continuing where we left off from last week with Vegeta versus Tamagami 2 and Majin Buu versus Tamagami 1. But before I go into the episode, I want to announce that yes, we've already got Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta merchandise right now. Here are the details. Finally, Vegeta has achieved Super Saiyan 3, and we're ready for you here in the Geekdom 101 store. Brand new piece of merchandise, the Vegeta, finally, the Prince has achieved the maximum power from Dragon Ball Z, and that is Super Saiyan 3, as he did in episode 12 of Daima. You can pick up this shirt, you can pick it up as a hoodie, as a graphic tee, even as a clock, all kinds of different things and various colors and sizes right now for a limited time. Everything is 25% off, so take advantage. The new Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta merch line, exclusive to the Geekdom 101 merch store. The link is down below. So as I said, the last episode left off with Vegeta getting swallowed by the Kraken, and in this episode he just gets out. He just gets out. And it was almost like they did a cliffhanger for the sake of it being a cliffhanger. You know what I mean? It was almost like they just had to throw it in because this fight was going to go more than one episode. It was kind of a forced cliffhanger now that I look back on it. But the actual fight with Tamagami 2 and Vegeta was really good, and so was the Majin Buu fight with Tamagami 1. Now, surprisingly enough, Tamagami 2 and Tamagami 1 are actually stronger than we thought. And what ends up happening is, during the fight, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 1 and then 2, and he's going blow for blow with Tamagami 2. But what happens is that Nevi uses his magic. Again, this dude's got really, really powerful magical abilities, and he sort of enhances and powers up Tamagami 2 to where Tamagami 2 kind of transforms, sort of, in a way. He doesn't change entirely how he looks, but he starts to glow like purple and blue. It was really badass looking. And when I think about Dragon Ball Daima and the new characters and all the new things that Daima is doing, I think the Tamagamis might actually be my favorite newest Toriyama design. They just look so badass, bro. The sort of cybernetic type of vibe, but they're alive. They're sentient. The different weapons they have. I mean, I really like the Tamagamis. With this episode, they're kind of cutting back and forth between Vegeta Tamagami 2 and Buu Tamagami 1. And what ends up happening with Majin Buu is he starts to struggle a bit. And basically the way that it's really wacky. Like I said, that fight is played up a bit more for comedy, whereas the Vegeta Tamagami fight was way more serious, and they were both fun for different reasons. But the choreography, the animation, the directing was just second to none in this episode. So what happens is Majin Buu needs a chocolate boost because I guess chocolate motivates him. And so he does that, and he's able to defeat Tamagami 1. Remember, it's not about killing the Tamagamis, it's about just defeating them in battle. So Majin Buu is awarded the 1-star Dragon Ball. Now, while the fight's going on, a bunch of the military police show up to watch the fight, and as Goma and Degasu are in the castle watching Vegeta Tamagami 2, they realize that, wait a minute, what is this? What is going on? So this is the episode where Goma realizes that, he legitimately realizes that Dr. Arinsu is up to something because they see the Majin Ku, and Dr. Arinsu with the 1-star Dragon Ball, and they're like, wait a minute, what is this? Remember, he didn't know until now. So the other thing too, just like with Tamagami 3, is that Tamagami 1 and 2, when you defeat them in battle, you still have to solve like a puzzle. You still have to do like a non-combat puzzle in order to get the Dragon Ball. So again, this feels, I've said before that Daima feels like a JRPG with a lot of Star Wars infused into it. This feels like a lot like something you see in a video game. You know what I mean? Like, again, like a JRPG, you're solving a puzzle in order to really get what you have to do. And Majin Ku helps Majin Du solve his puzzle and get the 1-star Dragon Ball. So I want to say the Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 transformation scene is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this needs to be seen. If you are a Vegeta fan, if you know Vegeta fans, you must see it, because when he goes Super Saiyan 3, bro, this shit goes into serious business. Serious business. We see Vegeta he's just stunning on this man, bro. He's faster, he's stronger. Tamagami 2 can't land a hit. At one point, Tamagami 2 tries to attack Vegeta with the trident, and Vegeta uses his Super Saiyan 3 power to break it. That was freaking incredible, yo. Incredible. Like, this fight and this moment, I think, surpassed the Goku Tamagami 3 fight. I saw a lot of comments this week from people who were saying stuff like, well, Vegeta is gonna job again. He's a jobber and he can never get a win. And that's not true. I understand that people want Vegeta to be the main villain. I get that. People have wanted that for decades. And I don't think Tamagami 2 is a main villain at all. But this was still one of the greatest Vegeta moments of all time. Like, it was just so well done and so epic. And the way that he did it, his, he loses the eyebrows, the hair spikes back like Sonic. I obviously broke this story back in September. Don't you ever doubt me again. Anybody out there who doubts me, brother, don't you ever doubt me again, son. Don't you ever. And I don't want to hear about Dragon Ball Super in 2019, because I've already explained in 3 different videos what happened. And if you don't want to accept that, bro, the truth, that's on you, man. But the majority of you come here because you know I'm not going to BS you. And trust me, when I first heard about Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, I didn't believe it. I thought I was being trolled. Then I double sourced it, and it's true, and it blew my mind because I really thought I was being trolled. Now, I'm sure people are wondering, wait a minute, if Vegeta does Super Saiyan 3 here, but yet later in Dragon Ball's timeline in the Super era, why did Vegeta not use Super Saiyan 3 in Dragon Ball Super? Well, I speculated when I first dropped the story that Vegeta has always known about Super Saiyan 3 since Goku did it in the Majin Buu saga. So it's not like Vegeta doesn't know about the form. He's seen the form. Now we see him unlock it. And the thing is, though, you have to remember, Super Saiyan 3 is a transformation that is flawed. Tons of power, tons of defense and stamina, but the energy consumption is very, very high. The energy consumption is just, it drains you. So Super Saiyan 3 is a transformation that, while it is powerful, that drawback, sort of like Trunks' grade 3 form when he got buff, that drawback makes it a lot harder to win in battles. And so when Goku was trying to do Super Saiyan 3 against Kid Buu, if you remember, his body couldn't take it. And Kid Buu has an incredibly high level of stamina. So killing him would have been damn near impossible because he would have kept regenerating. Majin Buu was a problem, you know what I mean? So Super Saiyan 3 is a transformation that, to me, should only be used if you're going to end a fight quickly, if that's even a thing. So I'm guessing that what happens is that Vegeta realizes that Super Saiyan 3's drawbacks are not worth using, and so he sticks with Super Saiyan 2. I don't think it's a plot hole because we've already known, going back to Dragon Ball Z, that Super Saiyan 3 has flaws. We've already known this. It's been stated. Vegeta said it. It's even in the guidebooks. I'm sorry, Vegeta saw it. Goku said it. It's even in the guidebooks. So to me, I don't think this is the plot hole. I think it's just that Vegeta chose not to use Super Saiyan 3 anymore. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to say, but Danny, are they doing this just for fan service? Yeah, there's no question this is just fan service. I mean, when they were writing Daima, Toriyama knew that he couldn't give Vegeta any of the God forms and certainly not anything like Ultra Ego. So he probably figured, let me just give the Vegeta fans Super Saiyan 3 and maybe they'll be happy. I don't know. See, there's a lot of talk throughout the years that Toriyama has said many years ago that he doesn't like Vegeta. However, when he said that, it was during the original run of the Dragon Ball manga. And as time went by, he started to like Vegeta more, which is why Vegeta sort of became the secondary main character along with Goku, especially during Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super was all about Goku and Vegeta. I mean, they had all these adventures together, you know, and all these different battles. It was all about them. So Toriyama's, I guess, opinion on Vegeta certainly changed. And I feel like this was done to throw the Vegeta fans a bone because now that Vegeta has Super Saiyan 3, he's on par with Goku. Now, are we going to see Goku versus Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 versus Super Saiyan 3? That'd be something. That would be a fun little fight to watch. But yeah, it happened, man. It happened. And it was so freaking awesome. Tamagami 2 tries to stab him with the trident. Vegeta uses one finger to block everything and then breaks it. And then he does this like chop where like the water splits in half. Dude, this was so awesome. Then Vegeta comes in, ba 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 ba, with punches, just hammering Tamagami 2, bro. He didn't know what hit him. Who's your daddy, Tamagami 2? So he's smashing him, right? Smashing him. And then he goes for a super Gallic gun. And just like the fight with Tamagami 3, 2 is able to hold it back and push it up. But that is a momentary distraction for Vegeta to come in and connect with a huge left hook to the jaw. That's Mike Tyson's favorite punch. A left hook to the jaw. Bam! And then Vegeta literally gets... This was so awesome, bro. This is incredible. Seek this out. He gets right next to Tamagami 2 and, like, holds him. And then he goes down. He drops him. And that's it. Fight's over. Vegeta has won. And Vegeta has earned the 2-star Dragon Ball. Well, they do a little puzzle thing. And then he's earned the 2-star Dragon Ball. Just incredible, yo. This was my favorite moment in Dragon Ball Daima so far, and so far, this has now become my favorite episode. And let me tell you, Daima will not be airing next week. It'll be on a 1-week break next week for New Year's. Daima will resume, I believe, January the 10th is when episode 13 will air, and that's going to begin the journey to Demon Realm number 1, the Red Demon Realm where Goma is at, and the beginning of the big chaotic finale. So, lots to look forward to here. But man, what a way to end 2024, yo. We got Vegeta and Goku have 2 of the Dragon Balls. Dr. Arintu has 1. Goma just found out that Dr. Arintu may not have his best interests. And the journey is going to continue. The story continues. So we got 8 more episodes of Daima. Plenty of time for a lot of stuff to happen. But man, this episode will be talked about for years to come. Also, I should clarify something else too. Because I had heard about this a while ago, but I wasn't sure what to make of it. So when Neva does his magic, he's actually powering up the Dragon Ball. Like when Tamagami powers up and he's got the blue aura. And I had heard, and I don't remember where, because it was months ago, I had heard that like the Dragon Balls in the Demon Realm also work like energy. Like they give you power, not like actual fighting power, like magical power. And this was months ago when I was first finding out about the Tamagamis, and now it all makes sense. Like The Dragon Ball is what powered the Tamagami to get into that second form, that purple form with the blue aura. It was so awesome looking. And actually, at one point, Tamagami 1 during the Majin Buu fight powers up and has like a red aura around him. So, I guess he was also tapping into his true power. Hell, the episode's called True Strength, right? But Neba wasn't there to power up the Dragon Ball. So either this is something different or Tamagami 1 knows how to do it. The Tamagamis usually, from what I understand, the Tamagamis, the lower the number, the stronger they are. So Tamagami 1 would be the strongest out of the three, but watching this episode, it really did seem like 2 was stronger thanks to Neba's power up. So maybe the power up, maybe if he had done that to Tamagami 1, then maybe Tamagami 1 would have been so OP that he would have beat Majin Buu. But that's not what happened here. Either way, man, I love the Tamagamis, dude. They are a true treat to watch in Dragon Ball Daima. And we also find out that Majin Buu is a math whiz because the puzzle that Tamagami 1 showed Majin Buu was a bunch of numbers that had to be added up. Remember in that movie Matilda when the teacher goes through these complicated problems and she just solves it like that because she's a super genius? So Majin Buu might be very weak as a fighter, but he's super smart when it comes to math. He's like Matilda in that case. There's a reference. I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I like it a lot. When I was a kid, I used to watch it all the time. And Majin Buu's also a karaoke singer, but Majin Buu was the hero here, so he wasn't totally worthless, because had that puzzle not been solved, they wouldn't have the 1-star ball. So after the fight, Goku actually offers Vegeta one of the revive bugs, the ones that work like a senzu bean, and Vegeta says that he'll never eat a bug. So the cliffhanger is Goma says, well, there's only one thing left to do, and that's the cliffhanger. Man, I cannot wait. Remember, no Daima episode next week. They're going to be off for a week. Daima will be back on the 10th, and that's also the same day that the English dub episodes are going to start to pop up on Crunchyroll. So that's good news. It's going to be a big day for Dragon Ball, January 10th. I would love to hear from you guys. Leave a comment down below. I'll be back tomorrow with the breakdown of this episode, but thumbs up. Best episode of Daima so far. It's getting better, and I had a blast with this one. I can't wait to talk to you guys on Sunday with Mr. Senpai discussing Daima episode 12 and 2025. Keep it locked into my channel. See you guys tomorrow.